let me recognize His Majesty, the King of Boma. I recognize the traditional rulers present here, your Royal Majesties and Highnesses, in no particular order, the paramount ruler of this great and ancient community, representatives of the universities here present. Let me recognize our great leaders here, worthy Bayelsa sons and daughters, in no particular order. And I thank Chief Alabi for being here, my community, and I also thank Chief Ruben Okoya, our architect, and other opinion and political and business leaders who are here. The book reviewer, Professor Gigi Dara, the one and only Professor Dara. And if I were to pronounce your first name in the proper Ijaw way, I call it Gordini. Professor Gordini. I will not forget to specially recognize and appreciate my elder brother and big uncle, High Chief Soifa Kuroye, and his dear wife, Dr. Mrs. Grace Efwa Kuroye. Let me recognize the organizers, all of you and my dear brothers and sisters, for turning out here in this great number. Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press. Well, so much time has been spent here, and I don't intend to prolong this occasion. The beauty of speaking last, particularly in the order of protocol that pertains to the offices that we occupy, is that we speak at a time that every other person has spoken and has said everything useful, everything that needs to be said has already been said. So I just want to firstly use this opportunity on behalf of the government and the good people of this great state, on behalf also of this great and ancient community of Orua, to thank and appreciate all of you for coming in the way and manner you have turned up, from far as well as from near, to honor an illustrious leader, and for most of us, an illustrious mentor, an elder brother, and a great man in his own right. A number of the organizing members of the team have gone. I would like to specially recognize and appreciate them. His colleagues from the University of Port Harcourt, former students, and all of you who have put this show together. I'm aware that the oldest person in our community, this community, is also here, and is also our father. So please a round of applause as I especially recognize Ambassador Kuroye, is here, PB Kuroye, and his dear wife. Yes. Now in our ruler, this Tawewa is the oldest father we have, father to all of us. And it's gratifying that he and his wife are both here. Thank you. So first, we want to thank you all, our friends, his friends, friends of the family, the members of the academic literary community, all of you for coming to honor him. I had spoken about a year or so ago when I attended the launch of this foundation. And at that occasion, I expressed our profound appreciation to the efforts made by the children, the first children, the eldest, Dr. Tombra, who is a consultant, and in no distant time he will be a professor of medicine. And his younger ones, Balala, they're all the way from Houston. When I was at Houston last time, we brought a lot of good food. A round of applause for her. Thank you. And call him Baba. All of you have done very well for encouraging and supporting this foundation. I would like to thank all of you all of you who have been of support to this foundation. And I thank all of you who have pledged, even today, more support. But I would like to add that the foundation needs more support. This foundation means well. There's no worthier cause than contributing to the education and seeing to the well-being of our fellow citizens. And I keep saying education, and Professor Dara referred us to the comments of Adelabu Adegoke. I thought he was only known for saying, what is it, Penkalemese? Penkalemese. I didn't know that apart from Penkalemese, he was also known to have said that education is the only tool we can use in emancipating the people. And that's what we believe in this state. That's what my government has been working very hard in very difficult circumstances, financially and culturally. You can imagine doing all of this in a recession. You can imagine doing so in an environment and in a society where even a professor will have to take a government to court for establishing a university. A professor, not a man who has not gone to school. This difficult political terrain and environment. It is in this environment, as tough, as volatile, as unsupportive as it can be, as highly subversive as it can be, that we are investing massively in education at all levels and setting up schools and yet more schools. When we came up with the University of Africa and I heard complaints, I laughed. I said, well, by essence, the punishment for complaining that your government led by me is building a university, not that somebody is throwing your money away. You didn't complain when you had people frittering our resources away on parties, on all kinds of frivolities, sponsoring brigandage in our state. You didn't complain. In fact, the cowed and entered under their beds. But that we establish a university, people will put. As I said, the punishment for that is more universities, more investment in education. Now you have the Bayelsa Medical University. And the reason is simple. If you are in an environment where you are building schools and people are complaining, don't retreat. What that should tell you is that you are in a dark environment. You are in an environment that is dark, and the only way to fight darkness is by bringing light, and yet more light. If I had more time, you would have seen more schools, more institutions. But anyway, I can only do what I can do within the time it has pleased God and our people to allot to me. The decisions that will be taken after my tenure belong to my predecessor, whoever that may be. So I'm always delighted when I'm in an environment that talks about investing in human capacity. After all, where we are, from this community, police constable, going to school while also working. And you see, when after now our memoirs are written and the full story is told, once again the name of the celebrant today will receive some mention in our story, personal story. Because Seifa Koroye, some have spoken about him as a lecturer, great lecturer that he was. Some have spoken about him, a great brilliant student that he had always been. As a matter of fact, you have been told he won that award, JFK Essay Competition, 1969. And having been born 1966, I was only 3 years old. And I remember this community. I don't think Ngogo had not been born, Professor Emese had not been born. But she captured the mood of our community correctly. I remember our community gathering at the waterfront. In those days, this community, entire community was like a family. We are still a family, but it was more so in those days. And they all gathered, elders, youths, women, including children like us. I went to the waterside, and I told the story at the launch of this foundation about me as a young boy standing at the waterfront And most of the area we knew as Waterfront has now been taken by the erosion. It's now taken away. But we stood there while the elders were doing their thing. And he was at the middle of the kingdom. And they were doing their traditional things to honor him and welcome him back to our great community. I sat there watching. And as I came home, as a 3-year-old, I came to my mother's room in my father's compound, just there behind. I went and held a cup that my mother's elder sister, who is still alive, she's 78, going to 79. She bought that cup as a gift to me. I held my cup too and sang the song that they were singing at the waterside. Silver cup, oh, we win, oh. That was one of the songs. And I sang it. Unfortunately, while I was doing so, I fell and my silver cup got broken. I was so angry. But that's to say that the celebrant, the man in whose honor we are all assembled here today, for us has been an inspiration from day one. You may have known him later as a lecturer, inspiring scholar, and so on, but here in this village, when we were growing up as one of our leading lights, big uncle, big brother, who was always there to encourage us, even though, because of the age differences, not very close, but from a distance, we could see that he was a good man and did a lot to inspire and encourage scholarship and self-development. So today, I join everyone else. The government of Bayelsa State celebrates you and your dear wife. And please, a special round of applause for his wife. You know, over the years, she has not just become our wife, she's now one of our mothers. And that, I think, is the way it should be. She's also been an exemplary wife, supportive, and also, like the husband, very encouraging. There's no time you talked about education and scholarship and self-development. And Stefan, his wife, will turn you back. When I went to Port Harcourt, my first time to Port Harcourt, and I was always going to the boys' quarters, you know. Boys' quarters. Each time I visited with my other cousin in Congo, staying at the boys' quarters. I would go, not to the panel, but to the boys' quarters. And we saw how the children were given birth to and raised and so on. But they've always been very supportive, always full of encouragement and guidance to all that come their way. So I'm not surprised with the encomiums that have been poured. And I thank you all who spoke about the Ozidi saga. This is the home of the Ozidi story. And in this land, this community, and we are in two places, by the way. You have the Blurua, which is the older community there. And then the older community founded by our father, whose name is there, King Kwada. And that's our common ancestor. So the spirit of Ozidi lives there. And Professor Alagwa, let me assure you that the government of Bayelsa State, as part of our efforts to develop and encourage arts and culture and traditions of our people, the government has a plan, and I've spoken with Professor J.P. Clark. And in no distant time, Professor J.P. Clark will be here in Bayelsa State and will be back to the root of Ozidi, in Tororua, where we rekindle once again the flame that was lit several decades ago. And someone talked about, I think Professor Jenka talked about the need for a film village. You may not have known that your government has already started, as part of the Faculty of Arts, the development of the film and media city, just a few meters from here. So that, just like Professor Alagwa enjoined us to do, we have so many great stories to tell the world. And that's why we need to invest in education and yet more education Others who are telling their stories and winning Nobels, they don't have better stories than us. They don't have. So that's what has already started. Professor Dara, thank you very much. I didn't know that you've known my big uncle all these years. Thought you were only academic colleagues. I didn't know that it started all the way in government college. Thank you very much for everything. Thank you for coming to support the UAT. And once again, I thank all of you. It's on this note that I'll do some donations in two capacities. My foundation, which will be presented very soon, shortly before I leave office. But it has already started. And because I talked about it at the cancer center during my mom's funeral, a number of friends have already sent support to me already. They have enough to start the cancer center and ask for more support. So from what my foundation has, my foundation will support the activities of this, the Seifa and Grace Korea Foundation, with the sum of 1 million naira. And the government of Bayelsa State, will support this foundation with 3 million naira. And I want to use this opportunity to call on all our people to support and encourage scholarship. There's no better way of preparing our people to stop what is going on against our people at all corners than by investing in education. And our people should no longer save money in banks when your children have not gone to school, when they have not paid school fees. They're thinking of building big houses. The big mansions that you are thinking of building should be the education that the children should have. That's how others made it. They send their children to UK, to everywhere around the globe, and frying akara on the streets of Lagos. But here we are more concerned about building big houses that we don't even need, when we should be investing in the mansions of education. Who told you, who told us that the mansions we are building, that our children will even live in them, or they will even appreciate them? So please, let's do the wise thing. Invest in the most important, which is education. Then whatever we are not able to even do as individuals, our children, when educated, properly positioned, they will do it even 1,000-fold. That's the right thing to do, and I strongly recommend that. I hear of people not even paying NDU fees that are 100,000, 50,000. Even the students, meanwhile they have phones of 250,000. It doesn't speak well of our people. I would like to complain. School fees complain. And planning to build big multi-million-dollar houses and buying big cars. That is misplacement of priorities, not strategic thinking. So let's do what is right, support causes like this, invest in education. I thank you all for coming to this ancient city of Orua. And may the good Lord that brought you all take you all and all of us safely back home. Thank you and God bless you all.
That has been His Excellency Honorable Henry Siraka Dixon, Governor of Bayelsa State.
Well, he's been a great man, a good man, overall, a genius in every regard, and I agree with those who put that great work together. So far, it's a genius. But above everything else, it's a good man. Very good man. Has no time for negativity. Very plain, decent man who means well for his people. And I'm grateful. Our community is grateful. The government itself is happy. And we need to see more of this, celebrating and encouraging ourselves. Not pulling one another down for no reason. Encouraging and celebrating. And as Professor Dara pointed out, we all learned from what he said. We've been producing geniuses from this land and around this region for a long, long time, but we do not celebrate ourselves enough. Others celebrate themselves every day, and they occupy the media space and make themselves the best, look like the best. But we also have people who deserve to be celebrated. It's clearly Seifa as well. And I thank all those who came to celebrate.